Good day, everyone, and welcome to the Monday Market Breakdown. Now, guys, in this session, we're going to be analyzing the pair that I'm going to be focusing on for the week. So let us get into it, guys. So, guys, as you remember for last week, we were focusing on AUD and ZD. So just let me give you a little update on that pair before we focus on our pair for the week. So previous update on this one. So this is how I was looking at price. This was acting as what my impulsive movement. This is what is my sideways corrective structure, as you can see over here. So this was indicating that it is having what a high probability of impulsing all the way to the upside, at least up until the 90% roll, just like price did previously over here. As you can see, price did reach what those highs. So that's how I was looking at what at this pair. So now moving on to our overall mid-time frame. So on the mid-time frame, this is how I saw price. This was what my impulsive movement. This was acting as what as my sideways corrective structure. As you can see, this having what a high probability of continuing to impulse up, just like it did when we broke out this continuation pattern over here to move up. So on the lower time frame, all I was anticipating is just what a simple continuation pattern. There is, guys, still a very high probability that this might happen. Something along these lines. If price forms a breakout, then it is going to be indicating that it is having what the high probability of impulsing all the way to the upside. And then this is how I will continue with those overall buys. So this is how I am looking at this pair overall. But guys, something that I am seeing, guys, according to nature's theory, this is now starting to look what like an impulsive movement. This is what, as I said, is corrective structure. So let me just erase everything. It's also important, guys, to allow the market to show you which direction it is going, not the direction you want it to go, but the direction whereby the market is heading. So this is having what the higher probability of acting like this becoming what that double top area. This having what the higher probability of dropping all the way to the downside. So this is a very high possibility, and if this happens, then I'll have no choice but to evolve my structure to like this. Then this will be acting as what as more of an expanding structure. Then we see how price reacts when it gets what over here, or it'll start to do it to climb up and then look for breakouts over all this area on the top. If this happens, guys, then I'll no longer be focusing on this pair. But my favorite pair for the week, guys, is going to be what the US dollar over the Japanese yen. So let me give you a breakdown on this one. So this one, as we're looking at what the overall high time frame, this is what I'm saying. So price is coming from what previously this impulsive movement up and then giving what this first reversal structure. And then price from the breakout dropped all the way to the downside. This is now our impulse. This is now acting as what the sideways corrective structure, as you can see. This is acting like what some sort of an ascending continuation. So this at the moment, it is looking like it is forming what a retest, guys. If you know breakout and retest, this having what the high probability of impulsing all the way to the downside. So I'll just extend this back a bit. And then now coming on to what our mid-time frames. So as well on the mid-time frame, what can I see that price is showing me? So this is coming from what this impulsive movement down, and this is acting as what as my sideways corrective structure. If I do place it like so, as you can see, I'm using these trend lines to do it to isolate the correctiveness of the market. So this is showing me that it is having what a high probability of impulsing all the way to the downside. If it does break out, then on the lower time frame, what am I looking for in order for me to execute an entry on this one? So all that I'm looking for on the lower time frame is a clear impulsive movement down, followed by a small sideways corrective structure that I can use to do it to execute my sell. So the minimum target is going to be the 90% roll, but the overall target is going to be at the 90% roll of the higher time frame. And then in terms of my entry, how I'm going to execute is going to be on the breakout, and then I'll place my stops above the highs and then take profit all the way to the downside. So in terms of my entry, I'm looking for something similar to this, if you can see, guys. This is what I'm looking for. Clear impulsive movement, sideways corrective structure to provide that overall next impulsive wave. So that's what I'm referring to when it comes to my entry over here on the lower time frame. So that's what I'm looking for overall on USD JPY. So I'm mainly focusing on USD JPY, but I'm also just keeping a close eye, guys, on what on AUD and ZD because I've been tracking this pair. I think last week, for the whole of last week, I was mainly focusing on this pair, but it did not give me what that overall entry that I was anticipating. So it wouldn't be fair for me to just leave this pair alone and then it does what it goes in my forecasted direction. So I'm just also keeping a close eye on this one and also use the JPY, guys, as well as that backup pair. So if this does not give me what I'm looking for, then I'll just shift my focus into what the USD over the Japanese yen. But overall, guys, so far this structure is still holding up. It is still valid. It will only stop being valid once it confirms what those sells to the downside. But this in turn could just be what that continuation pattern that I'm looking for in order for me to execute this buy. So just going to keep a close eye in the breakout on this one. So if it does break out, then it is confirming those buys. It is a valid pattern, or impulse correction, impulse. But if it doesn't happen, instead impulse is down, then this is going to be what impulse correction and then impulsing all the way to the downside. So yeah, guys, this is going to be the end of our session. I will continue to give you an update on the progress of this pair and the other pair USD JPY over the course of this week on our next session. So yeah, guys, this is all for me. Take care and I'll see you next time.